Hello everybody, Jet here, and welcome to a new, well, not quite a new playthrough, but the second time we're trying this playthrough where we are playing as the Greybeard Prospectors, where we have slightly different units. We've got a, it's all about gunpowder with these guys. They're not law friendly, but they're not law friendly at all, so the mod owner has gone nuts with it, giving them lots of gunpowder based units and an interesting bit of background to it. Anyway, we're going to jump straight in here, guys. You might have seen I've done a playthrough of this before, but unfortunately the mod wasn't quite working correctly, so I could only do one. So this is hopefully going to be a full campaign. We are using Mixu's faction unlocker here, guys, so it's all a bit different. And as we don't seem to have a pop-up telling me what's going on, the entire storyline behind these guys is that basically they've, oh, what's the word? Words are failing me, guys. They were going exploring, trying to find Lustria. They got shipwrecked in a storm and ended up setting up in the mountains under, being allowed to set up in the mountains by one of the crusader factions. They're gunpowder centric, and what they'd really like to do is set themselves up and then eventually head over to Lustria, where who knows, there might be other dwarves. But as far as they know, there's no dwarves there. Just lots of lizards. But we'll see what happens, and hopefully, touch wood, this is a brand new mod. So it's all just been set up. We're using Mixu's faction altar, which should be linked in the comments. If it's not, tell me off.
Summon me.
Nice. Oh wow. Okay, it's starting completely differently now, which is really nice. We don't have the other buildings, and we are in a forward position with some of the new units. And I am going to go straight to war with the Crusaders actually here. No subtle. Oh, we're already at war with them. So here we go. Straight into a battle with my shiny new troops. Now, as mentioned, guys, so these guys are all gunpowder centric, so even these guys have gunpowder units, and Odor Greybeard looks awesome there in his horned helm. We'll have a bit of a better look at these guys. So let's have a look at my units. So they are ranged. I'm not sure what they're ranged with. Are they just throwing axes? Yeah, throwing axes. Very good weapon strength. These guys have muskets.
The clans unite.
Wow, these are like snipery type ones, aren't they? They've got less melee attack, but much more range, and of course, precise cannons. So let's set ourselves up. We don't really have any terrain I can use, but we're gonna have some fun here, or attempt to.
Our fire undimmed. The clans unite. Our fire undimmed.
Oh, these guys have stalks.
Kill the oath splitters! For the Carrot Anchor! Dwarf warriors! Axes out, lads! For the ancestor gods! Axes out, lads!
Those two can set up there.
War of vengeance!
Because what I really want to do is try and pull them into here so we can engage in this sort of kill zone.
They have wronged us.
There we go. Let's rotate slightly. My cannons should start engaging, which will bring them in.
Cannon! Aye! For the ancestor gods!
These two may get a little problematic.
On the way.
Oh no, you should be back in here.
Strike out.
And he, there we go, is awesome with his, yeah, looks like a shotgun there, so he does look awesome.
Nothing can stop us. Holding ammunition.
You two can be taken off fire at will. Okay, this isn't going to work, so we're just going to rejig ourselves slightly. These two can actually go back on fire at will. You can move in a little bit there. No, you can hold here.
Range far. Range fast. Cannon! For the cannons and core. For the ancestors! Shoot! Vengeance!
Right, these guys can start pinging away at their ranged.
Move now!
You can move forwards just to cover. You're just going to hold there. You can shoot at them, and here we go. Oh! So yeah, we're doing nicely. And here, that's perfect. Wait for it. Counter charge. You guys can pull back. Let's turn this off.
We demand the what? Go!
Oh no, no, if they want to attack like that, that's absolutely fine. You guys can keep shooting into the rear there. You guys can pull out here a little bit actually to try and get in, but they're going to just keep shooting into the flanks there.
Cannon! Yes! Vengeance! Put those dwarven legs! Move now! Dwarf warriors!
Reflank slightly so we're getting all that ranged fire in.
Move now!
Basically we want to keep as much fire on these guys as possible the entire time.
Move! Strike out! Dwarf warriors!
Struggling a little there.
To the High King! Attack the Orcs! On the way!
You guys can rejig and start heading towards these guys.
Strike! The next kill is ours! Oh, those dwarf legs!
Okay, smashing them. Pull back.
All through! Ready to serve! Move! Dull! Vengeance! It is a
It's over. So nice, a bit different tactically because obviously we're not necessarily wanting, well we can hold the line in melee, we're not necessarily wanting to, but we are still dwarves, we're very good, solid melee fighters. I mean you can see these guys in melee did get the most kills, well after my cannons, oh my god my cannons rocked there. We lost 16 good dwarves guys today. So yeah, but come on. Oh, it looked like it was crashing for a second then. So we lost 16 good dwarves, guys, against these humans. So they are going to pay for every one of those, multiple fold, more than they have already. And that gets us this entire region. Next, ideally, we want to move out and grab the gold mine, which I think is going to have Skaven in it. These guys will be interesting versus Skaven, though we don't quite have the rapid level of fire, so... Because obviously we've got Tic Tac and everybody. Who ideally I want to make good friends with. Ah, we already have a non-aggression pact and a trade agreement with them, so that's quite good.
Open the Liber Mortis. Let us begin.
Okay. First things first. It's going to be Route Marcher. It's always Route Marcher first. No, 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 no. Wow. Yeah. It's usually always that first. some awesome things there, which we will be working our way down. And we need to start building up our forces, so... I like this. They also get their own version of steam tanks at the end, which is really cool. Oh, actual snipers. Rocket launchers. Heavy thunderers. Rocket launcher, brimstone. Heavy thunderers, grenade launchers. So yeah, we get some good things, and then, yeah. They do have an odd thing because, you know, your gold generation also lowers your public order, which is definitely an odd and different one. So we're definitely going to want to start working on that public order building at the same time. And which one is I want to go down? This one, to buff up everybody a little bit. Yeah, that's horrible. Okay. So that's a good start. We will scout out Bel Aled. I suspect that's helped by some Skaven at the moment, so I want to be careful there. And of course we want to increase the size of our army a bit, but that is a good start.
Whether chivalrous or not.
Obviously, I want to pay attention to them as well. But let's be honest, if they hit us, they're dead. So, they're not really... Well, if they try and get into our mountains, we will shred them with a line of lead. Steel and lead, guys. You know, solid line of dwarves who can shoot them as they approach. One thing I did notice is most of these units did tend to be smaller, less unit count than normal, but I mean, that could just be me not paying attention. Yes, we definitely have Skaven there. So, but it's a gold mine and we're dwarves, so we want it, let's be honest. Which means I probably want to capture all of this territory, though I probably should set myself a goal. Which I suspect should be get ourselves set up here and then head over to Lustria. And get ourselves a good solid colony in Lustria, because that is these guys' sort of aim in life. Though I want to pay close attention to that because, yeah. They look awesome. So they are charge breakers. They're basically they throw out explosive stuff. So a lot of these guys are the same. The main difference is their weapon. But, oh, they don't do much damage. Blunderbusses. Shorter range, but a lot more damage. Probably a lower rate of fire as well, but, you know. Basically, the charge breakers are probably worth having there interspersed around my ranks a little bit, simply because they'll stop everything. So we get as they charge, so we'll get the potential to get another bit of fire off. Definitely need to be paying attention to them. We'll see what those Skaven do, because I don't want to be hitting that gold mine while they're still dug in. And I believe that's the capital of the region, maybe? So I want to be very careful fighting it out. They've disappeared. I don't trust them at all.
Our clan will rise.
Oh no, it's not. So that makes it a bit easier to take.
For war. By the grudge bearer's will. Summon me if you dare.
I don't know if these are mostly normal units, though, whether or not we actually get access to unlock them.
For the wisdom of Valea.
What
Yeah, no, I do want to do it. I was like sitting there saying, do I want to really take on the Skaven straight away? It's like, yeah, I do.
We are brave, mighty.
I think I'm going to go for them next turn. We're going to jump over, prepare to attack, simply because I don't want to allow them to build up too much.
Stands ready.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to do that because I will get a lot of money. I'm not necessarily going to stay friends with them, but I can at least have a trade agreement. We do get buffed up trade as well, I believe, as this faction. So that is something I believe we do. If Elon is watching, who has made this mod, by the way, thank you very much. He might be able to tell us better. I'm going to wait until those Skaven have left before I jump out, because it's a little risky just to zerg forwards without any fort. I can't wait to get to the end level and get things like steam tanks, because, yeah.
Onward. Most masterful of masters. Aye, grudges will be settled.
Because they can probably out-recruit me, so... You know what? Sorry, I'm going to stop being a coward.
Let us begin. My axe thirsts for war.
If I attack it and then decide it's a complete and utterly not gonna go, then I can fall back. And regret being at war with the Skaven.
Make your proposal.
No. I definitely do not want a non-aggression pact with them. That would be foolish. Because the thing I've got to remember is these Skaven will also have the garrison. And before I do anything here, I want to see how big that garrison is. And they are recruiting fast. They are Skaven, so they do recruit like vermin. Sorry, reproduce like vermin. And Skaven always have, so I actually want to take these Skaven out very, very quickly. Because otherwise they will become a... The longer I leave them, the more of a thorn in the side they'll be. So they need to be taken out fast.
Time for a reckoning. As the High King commands. Move. The doom is coming.
Bloody hell, they've got 2 entire stacks there. Yeah! And this, kids, is why I didn't click declare war straight away. I could potentially, but I don't want to be fighting that many Skaven when I can wait until they go elsewhere.
For the wisdom of the layer.
Going to push on to growth just to get these places built up quicker. Public order is going to be an issue, certainly once we get out. That's going to be our big issue, is going to be the terrain modifiers are going to hurt us and make expanding into the deserts tricky. So we're going to have to be very careful there, but I'm looking forward to this playthrough. As I said, we don't have to stay in the deserts. I'm certainly going to take here, get all of here, and we'll definitely get ourselves some coastal settlements, and we'll probably, let's be honest, consolidate down here, because we'd be daft not to. But beyond that, I'm not that fussed about pushing far that way. The only reason I'm looking at Bel Alid is because it's a gold mine, which is, of course, going to be useful for us. So potentially, actually, my next move is going to be to push up and try and capture some of their settlements. It's going to be the trickiness of getting there without them sneaking in mine, though. Matter doesn't have the best defences yet.
By the grudge bearer's will. Aye, grudges wages will be settled.
We'll get some of these guys. They are the same, but obviously they've got a special ranged weapon, which reduces their speed, disorientates them for 15 seconds, lowers their charge speed, and destroys their charge bonus. So they're just useful to have scattered throughout the line. We need another building for the other thing, so we're not going to rush that. Extra missile damage and extra arm piercing. Yeah. So what do we get from this, other than vampiric corruption? Extra. Ooh, that's nice. So extra damage means we do more damage to start with. Interesting. Learn taunting grants all hero characters taunt. Pirate handballs replaces it. So I can kind of become a vampire pirate-esque faction by inspired by pirate technology. Explosive rounds grants explosives to heavy thunderers. Grants explosive. Oh, nice. And then Skaven. So what does that do? Poison. Interesting. Might be something worth us looking at. Replaces rockets with Skaven Doom rockets, which are very accurate and have enormous damage potential against infantry. Nice. Okay, we will definitely be looking at them later on. And we can also go down the Empire route. A lot less, but we do less damage. We'll have a proper look at them later on. But that definitely sounds interesting and like something we should look at in depth. I assume we've got lots of corruption reduction buildings. No. That we can do that, but we don't seem to have buildings to reduce corruption. Seems a little odd to me, massively. We've got the Slayer building, but that's about it.
Summon me if you.
Okay, we're gonna make a move on Copher first. Simply because it's going to be easier to take, and then we can maneuver ourselves into the desert to be able to deal with any armies being sent our way. We will definitely be using the underways because they catch me in the underway. Oh no, they catch me in the underway. They don't have area to maneuver, and I can just form a nice solid line and rip them to pieces. Let's be honest. So the underway is almost definitely my friend. No, I'm liking this mod, and I believe it's been updated a little bit since last time, which is, as far as I'm concerned, awesome. They are technically slightly more powerful than me. That said, I've almost got the power. Well, I do have the power to. Oh wow, we've gained a Fane.
By the king's command.
Well, Fane's still good, but it's not necessarily as useful with this particular setup.
As the High King
1,
commands.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 10, 11. That's a nice. You know what? Boom. Oh, he looks awesome. Groff Dragslayer, Weapon Master. Obviously a normal lord. How much weapon damage? That's more than him.
My axe thirsts for war.
He's just a lord, but he's a certain type. Grim Asgal, who's fleet-footed, which extra speed and gives him strider. No, that's... It's insane!
Let us begin. Summon me if you dare.
He looks awesome.
The throng agrees.
Just gonna get him a nice solid line of infantry. Oh wow, we are now running a negative, so we do need to expand. So we're gonna hit Copher. Basically, we're gonna hit these two places, which will get us the ports as well, which will be very good for us economically and mean we can start trading far and wide. With our, I believe we do get slightly buffed up trade compared to other dwarfs, so having access to trade is really good for us. Completely don't trust them still. I need to keep an eye on my income though, because that's not actually so good, being negative already. But I have, you know, been building up a massive army. Also, we've got to remember the balance of powers not necessarily massively accurate because, well, because we're a faction which has been made by somebody. So when you have things like that, things don't necessarily.
On your skills, Dawi.
Yeah, Martek.
What? My axe thirsts for war.
March.
Let us settle this.
I'm going to fight it because it'll be fun, and I want to see these guys shooting more. And this time we've got such a big line of infantry here, guys. You know, we have got masses compared to them. Oh, do we even have a hill here? If we've got a hill, this is even better. With a steep hill, this is where these guys would be awesome, is on a steep hill. This isn't steep, but it's enough.
For the ancestors! For the ancestors! They have wronged us! Our fire undimmed! Dwarf warriors! For the ancestors! Dwarf warriors! We have scores to settle! For Grimnir!
It's enough, because these guys can shoot over at least to start with.
This is a reckoning! Ready! Strike out! Range far, range fast! Satisfy the grudge! Move now!
Let's just extend our formation a little bit on the flanks. Longer formations actually work better with gunpowder units. But I think from looking last time, they do seem to have a bit reasonable arcs. They can shoot well. Oh wow, that cannon is a little OP. Oh, oh, somebody's engaging there. That would be my lord, I think, starting shooting. These guys marching up now. We're not quite got a clear line yet, but as soon as we do, there we go. Oh, wow. So yeah, I mean most of them are getting back up to be fair, but
it is a reckoning.
oh wow, that's for charge breakers, who are properly just stopping those units.
Dwarf warriors.
I like those charge breakers. These guys are just picking stuff away.
Cut shoot. Cut. Go. Kill orcs. Off we go. Plow through. Go.
Positioning to be able to shoot there. There we go.
Dwarf warriors. Aye.
You guys can maneuver that to open up the line a little bit.
Pump those dwarf legs.
Cracked all of them.
Having ancestor blood. Plow through. Victory will be ours.
And you guys can all march down here to engage their ranged. Yeah, I like.
Ready. Get moving. Slay them.
Oh. No, not too overpowered. These are the lowest tier, so.
Let the vengeance begin. Dwarf warriors.
A few more of those so we could keep all of that overlapping a bit would be good, but yeah. I like these guys. So yeah, that was quite a solid victory. 63 from them. They were once engaged in melee, but everybody got reasonable kills. The cannon again did really well. Now these guys didn't get kills, but you saw what they did. They were very much a support role. I think 4 of those in an army is very interesting because you saw just how much they slowed the enemy. So a solid line with them interspersed throughout would just give you so much more firing time before they hit your line. And the AI got a bit confused, which is I'm a bit odd, but I kind of understand. Their best thing would be to keep charging, but I think it kind of confuses the AI a little bit because it's not sure what to do, which is kind of what would happen in real life. I mean, it's probably not intended that way, but the fact it confuses the AI is probably helpful because it doesn't quite know how to deal with that. No. Ooh, I thought I was crashing again. And we have a port. Oh, and we've got a regiment of renown, which isn't one of the ones I originally saw. So,
Time for a reckoning.
So Elon, if you're watching, the regiments of renown appear to not be working correctly. I'll pop that on his mod page as well. That's really nice. Right, we're going to go down here. No. Route march to start with, then I'm going to start pushing down there to buff up my forces, and this is where we are going to leave this one this time, guys. We are definitely continuing this playthrough. As always, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed this, guys. Please feel free to pop any comments in my comment section or jump over to my Discord and check that out. That is linked in my comments and my description. This is a new playthrough, so I'm going to do it. I'm sorry, guys. I do also have a Patreon if you want to help me continue making good quality content. Please go over and check out my Patreon and consider subscribing there. Or you can do that through YouTube itself. If you can find the button, they tend to hide it. You don't have to do that. Everybody who watches and actually subscribes normally to my channel is awesome, guys. YouTube has 2 options. You've got a join button, which is the same sort of thing as Patreon. But, you know, I'm putting out there, but they're there. Everybody who watches my channel is absolutely awesome. So thank you very much to every single view we do get. Other than that, there's also links to my Twitter, my as mentioned on my Patreon, my affiliations with Overclockers and Humble Bundle Games, so please check them out. And as always, thank you for watching.